Well, unfortunately, I'm not sure why I should talk to Cowboys. We have to move on from them. And we have to move on to news that happened today. Do you think that Robert Saleh getting fired today was deserved or not?
I do. I think this is one of the most talented Jets teams that they've had in their franchise in a very long time on the offensive side of the ball when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson. You could even put Mike Williams in there. You could put Braylon Allen in there. You could put their offensive line hasn't been
Lazard.
horrific. You really, and their offense looks anemic at that point. I think this is their best opportunity to make some noise and to make something happen, especially because Aaron Rodgers is not getting any younger. When Aaron Rodgers leaves, you're going to have a problem because you have no viable backup option as of right now, and you have no viable plan for after Aaron Rodgers right now. You're all in
Yeah.
on this year. So you can't afford to falter and you can't afford to have these little missteps throughout the year that are going to potentially completely derail your season. So that's why I think it was the smart move because clearly Salah was not inspiring good football. When you score 9 points against the Denver Broncos and lose 10-9, I think that's really all that needs to be said, if you want my honest opinion.
Yeah. Uh, my opinion is I think it's. I do think that if he had a bad year at the end of this year, he deserved to get fired. That's my opinion. I don't think you should fire the guy. This is Aaron Rod. This is not Aaron Rodgers. This is Salah's first year with Aaron Rodgers. He
Mm-hmm.
had him last year for 13 seconds, and then he had him for 5 games this year. I think. Well, not. I'm not gonna say firing him because he didn't fire. They parted ways. I feel like they just did it the nice way. I don't know if you.
Yeah,
I don't know
sure.
if you saw the fucking articles, but I think it's the most savage move done in GM history. They walked him out of the facility. They didn't let him speak to anyone. They stayed no press, no nothing. They walked him
Yep.
out and they pretty much locked the doors behind him.
Honestly, I think that shows that maybe the team just didn't like him.
I
Look, sometimes I get it that if you're an owner, you have to make something happen. You have to make something drastic happen in order to save your season, in order to get the team fired up.
mhm.
But the fact that nobody tried to vie for him, nobody went out to speak to him, nobody did anything like that, and you know for a fact, no matter how many times Woody Johnson says it, you can guarantee that Aaron Rodgers had some sort of opinion before this happened.
Oh, 100%. I was just about to say that.
So clearly, maybe this guy wasn't exactly liked in the locker room. And it's not like he did great in years past either. This guy has been on the Jets for 3 years previous to this, and he has not had a winning record once.
I thought he had it
No,
his first year. I swear I thought they went to the playoffs his first year.
I am almost positive they did not, but I will pull it up in order to ensure that I am not a retard. No, Matt Salah's record with the Jets is 20-36
Oh no, they
over
didn't.
3 years.
Oh no, they didn't. Oh no, they didn't.
No, he's been horrible. There's clearly no inspiration there for a team that has, like I said, some of the best talent they've had in their franchise,
Yeah.
in their franchise, and especially on top of that, this is it with Aaron Rodgers. Like I mentioned earlier, this is it. You got this year, maybe next year with Aaron Rodgers, and that's a very big maybe.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest with you, he doesn't even look that great this year to begin with. His mobility does not look great, which is obviously going to give him fits trying to get outside the pocket. So when people do rush him and get inside the pocket, there's nowhere to go. This is not the Aaron Rodgers of old. He still has a great arm, but his mobility is definitely decreased. Basically, what I'm trying to say is he hasn't exactly been on the same page with any of his receivers besides Lazard, where he had that former, workaround with him at Green Bay.
The thing that makes the sense to me is that they didn't play a bad game. I'd say against the Vikings. The Vikings have been a hot team this year. They played a good defensive game. They didn't win, obviously they didn't win the game, but like they still didn't play horrible. I don't think this is the one thing I'll say. I think if he continued what he was doing towards the end of the year, understandable firing. I think it is way too early to fire him. In my opinion, that's how I see it. I don't think like
Of course.
firing him this early in the year is going to do anything because now you have Nathaniel Hackett as your interim head coach.
No, it's actually not Nathaniel
It's
Hackett.
not.
They made their interim head coach the defensive coordinator.
Okay, good. Because if it was Nathaniel Hackett, I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm requesting a trade.
I want to say they made the right move because speaking with a lot of Jets fans that I'm friends with, looking over all over social media, Jets fans wanted this. They weren't exactly surprised when this happened. They actually thought it was a good move, and I think that's all you really need to see. Sure, fans can be idiots, and sure, fans can be impulsive, but I think you had to make something impulsive. You're 2-3, and you were expected before the season started to compete for the top of the division.
Yeah.
They have not looked like a division winner so far this year.
But
They haven't even looked like a playoff team this year.
the crazy thing is though is that in that division this year, it's still very possible for them to win the division.
It is, which is why I think it was even more of an importance to make a change in order to get you to that point. I don't think they were going to be able to get to that point with Saleh as the head coach.
All right, that's a fair point to make. And I haven't, because not many of my friends are Jets fans, so I haven't spoke to a Jets fan about this. So if Jets fan, I haven't really like been on like X or Twitter looking at it, but like from me seeing it as like a non-Jets fan and like I don't know like what goes on like with them, I'm shocked because I didn't see him like being that bad, and he just got Aaron Rodgers. But hey, obviously he parted ways. Hope he finds like a job with like a high school team or something, so he doesn't.
Oh,
He's not
Jesus
jobless.
Christ. Why would you wish that upon him?
I hope he's not jobless. Hope he gets a job. But
He got paid. Screw him.
yeah, he did get paid a lot of money. I
Yep.
forgot he got paid a lot of money.
And he's still going to get paid for next year. He had one more year on his deal.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
So he doesn't even have to work next year.
I know. Fuck him. He can go fuck himself.
All right, there we go. Now we're on the same page.
All right.